Alright, so in this one, I want to go over how good is Super Vegito. Now, I'm not going to do a tier list here. I'm not going to do all that right now because I do think it's way too early to rate him on a tier list. You know, I've seen some, and I'm actually going to go over one maybe in a few days. You know, I'm waiting for a guy to see if his opinion changes, but it's a JP tier list, right? The same guy that we always go over. He put Super Vegito in a tier that I think is even higher than I put him, like personally, if I'm going to rate Super Vegito at, well, Super Vegito, it's kind of hard. You want to rate him at a higher star level just because he's been out for so long. Let's say 9 stars, right? In that scenario, I would rate Super Vegito mid-S to his peak being low S+. I would think with his optimal equips, he could be low S+. With normal equips, he could be like mid-S, lowest low S, but still an S tier, right? But the guy did rate him in Z, and I'm trying to figure out if he really is that, on top of seeing if his opinion changes. But I want to discuss where he is currently compared to some of these Zenkais, because I'm seeing people say Goten's better. Some people are even saying Beerus is better, and when I see that, I'm just like, okay, you're not thinking correctly. So to go over this, right, I just want to compare real quick, because I feel like comparing is the best way to analyze a unit. Super Vegito is a less tanky, but faster build than Zamasu. You think about their kits, right? Zamasu wants timer counts to pass. Okay, Super Vegito wants timer counts, i.e. his cards to get reset back to his hand for him to pass, right? So it's the same similar situation where they both want that same thing. Okay, well, Zamasu is always going to be tanky. Super Vegito can get more tanky post green card. He gets 20% cut, so he has 35% cut forever, right? Or actually, I think it's forever. Or if it's not, if it's 20 counts, and then you can reset it, whatever. But you can reset it, and it could essentially be forever, because every 20 counts, you'll most likely draw a green card, right? Just save it for Super Vegito, and then boom, you pop it again. And then, ultimate-wise, Super Vegito is better, because he's canceling all their buffs, getting card draw speed, getting damage inflicted on his ult. And Zamasu's is more situational, where you want, okay, one enemy alive, and it'll do peak damage. But it's like, actually, you know what? Thinking about that, they're both kind of similar, because Super Vegito, you want to, well, you don't always want to, but in a lot of scenarios, I personally at least, want to save it for last man standing unit. So let's say, again, I go up against the FSK. You guys saw yesterday, I went up in FSK, went up against the FSK, they did 500k on their blue card to my Super Vegito when I canceled their buffs. So in some spots, you want to save his ultimate for last man standing units, but for Zamasu, you always want to save it for when it's just one opponent, because it does peak damage then. Super Vegito, it's not like he does more then, it's just that it's more beneficial because last man standing units do exist, and canceling their buffs is a very good thing, because most last man stands have cancelable buffs on their last man stand ability, right? Because if they didn't, that'd actually be unfair and broken. So Super Vegito kind of countering that out. You look at the two units right next to each other, FSK getting countered out by Super Vegito is something very important. So, comparable to Zamasu. Now, Zamasu is a revered Zenkai. People love his Zenkai. Even stat-wise, they're comparable. To look at Super Vegito's stats here, his stats are fucking cracked. Like, I even said it in his breakdown. I was like, his stats are going to make him or break him. There is no in between. If his stats are ass, he's ass. His stats are fucking ridiculous, right? Defense is higher than Purple Janemba, who is a defense-type Zenkai. Yes, I understand he is older, but Super Vegito is also old as fuck. So, you can't even have that excuse. Strike attack, very fucking high. Again, you know, you didn't anticipate this. 288 is absurd for a Zenkai that had about 40k less pre-Zenkai. I'm pretty sure it's actually more, but I'm just ballparking here. Blast attacks, whatever. And then his critical being this high is kind of stupid, just because you'll get a lot more criticals with this guy than most units in the game. I don't know why they made it so high, because this didn't change, but it's just insane how high it is. I'm getting criticals on a fusion team as much as I am on a Super Saiyan team with this guy, and that's a really good thing, right? And to look at his kit, to see how he has more than one dimension, because he does, it's pretty important to understand this, right? So, he's going to heal, key back, damage, card draw, cancels buffs. That's at least two things. Having sustainability, because he's healing, then he's canceling their buffs. That's two things that he's offering, comparably to, let's say, Goten, who is being very linear and does blast damage, and then supports Gohan. So if I were to try to run Goten on any team without a Gohan, Goten's going to look shit, right? That's just how it's going to work. He's going to make nobody amplify and only himself look okay, but nothing crazy, right? Now you look at Super Vegito, you look at this last unique here. Wait, where is it actually? No, it's a second unique. They added to a second unique. He's supporting every single ally in the game. 10% damage inflicted by allies for 15 timer counts when enemy uses an arts card while this card's on the battlefield. You know how many arts card Goku Vegeta do? Do you know? They do about a real combo, if you're swapping in and out from Goku Vegeta. I would say that's 12 to like 14 cards that they're doing in one combo. And combo compensation, you know, they're not going to kill you most likely unless they just have a blue card and they get lucky on that. But in one combo, they're doing about 12 to 14 cards, straight up. Because they have card draw speed, they're stacking, they're getting key back, all this, whatever the fuck. That's 120% to damage inflicted to your allies for 15 time counts. Given, you're not going to have that the full time, because obviously it's going to wear off per me getting hit, and then time counts are going to pass while they're hitting me, yes. But in a normal scenario, you could easily get 50 to like 80% from a Goku Vegeta's combo to support, let's say your Gogeta 4, let's say your own Goku Vegeta, right? You run a purple blue setup with Sword of Hope Trunks, Super Vegito, and then Goku Vegeta. You can have this stack, and you think Goku Vegeta nuke now, on top of this, on top of Super Vegito's Zenkai buff for Purple Saiyans to amplify Goku Vegeta, which kind of sucks, but it's still amplifying that unit. You can make them nuke double the damage by having your Super Vegito take a combo. And it's not like he has shit defenses, right? Again, these stats are something that are actually important and impressive, and they really carry him, honestly, to be blunt. Like, these stats are his kit, amplified by 2. And then you look at these other Zenkais, and I just don't feel like they match him. I don't. And you could say teams. Yeah, but the thing is, the leader update exists, right? Super Vegito, who has unconditional support to every unit in the game, compared to Goten, who, hey, Gohan, hey, Sun Family, hey, like, I just don't value this, because it's so restrictive. The leader update exists, yet Goten needs to be with the Gohan or Sun Family battle members. Well, both, actually. What? I don't see where people are saying Goten is better, because he is restricted, but yet Super Vegeta, who is unrestricted, is somehow worse. That doesn't make sense to me. I understand Goten amplifies Gohan, but what about Goten himself? Like, is he really doing that much? His blue card's a long animation, which Super Vegeta is also the same, but I do think they're both pretty similar in impact. One gets Vanish back, one gets Ki back. I do think Super Vegeta thrives with Ki, obviously, just because he can do all those cards, get more stack. He doesn't even get hurt by combo compensation, Super Vegito, because he's building up damage as he's doing the combo. So it's not like combo compensation is really fucking him. It's kind of equaling out. And honestly, he's doing more damage than combo compensation can keep up with, which a lot of units really can't do. Goten here, like, sure, he has a broken plat. Like, is that really what we're going off of? He's not doing anything. Like, for himself, he's not doing anything. Look, Gohan. If I don't run a Gohan, and this Goten is not only on fucking Sun Family, if I don't run a Gohan, then I can just, like, I don't know, man. Because I see this argument, like, Goten's better, and it's like, I just don't see it. Let's say I want to run movies, and I don't have Revival Gohan, so I'm forced to run leader slot FSK into Goten. Like, then why don't I just run Hybrid to that point? Like, Goten's so restrictive, while Super Vegito can literally do anything for anyone, right? And then people are also saying Frieza. I do think Frieza is a more honest comparison, and no, I don't think Super Vegito is better than LF Piccolo, Namek Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Goku, FSK, but I do think better than Goten. I do think equal to Frieza, if not a little bit worse, and easily better than Beerus, which shouldn't even be a debate. But Frieza has this unconditional support as well to everyone, which again is important, right? Right here. Plus 1 effects to allies or buddy from battle start. Not even when, you know, from standby, or when switch to standby. It's just, this happens when the game starts, right? 30%, 50%. No prerequisites, no nothing. That's insane. Holding a blue card, that's insane. I do think Damaging wise, obviously Super Vegito is better. You know, you look at these stats here, you can obviously see it. The damage is better. Even the defenses are better on Super Vegito and critical, but I just don't feel like people are respecting Super Vegito, and I'm not sure what the reason is. Like, if I were to just look at this, like, I'm looking at every LF here. Like, I know I'm comparing LF Zenkais, but if I'm looking at every LF here, I'd say Super Vegito is... I mean... I want to say he's better than, like, Grade 8 Vegeta and Rose. Like, I could easily say that, honestly. Not even really struggling, yeah. Yeah, I would say that. Like, at these star levels, for sure. Let's say I'm saying 9-star Super Vegito as well. Yeah, I would say maybe Rose's a little stretch because Rose is really good for this meta of double endurance with Future Gohan and Sword Hope Trunks. But, then 8 Vegeta, who's really lacking in this meta, I think Super Vegito has a lot more value and is just better, like straight up. Better than LF Broly. Yeah, I think Super Vegito is really, really slept on, and I don't think it's anyone's particular fault in like one person that's like, okay, maybe this is why or this is why. But two things. One, people aren't seeing him at his peak showcase. Like, I can't tell you guys how important it is when I'm showing you guys these equipments and I'm telling you guys, like, this is his peak shit. Like, these equipments, this right here, where's the other few? This one right here, and then this one right here. These are his peak equipments. If you are not running these equipments, your Super Vegito will not look like my Super Vegito. That's just how it's going to work, right? I'm not doing any bullshit behind this. It's just, you have to have these equipments. I'm not saying you need to have a fucking Z+, but have these equipments on your unit, and you will see him do better, right? That's just how that works. Obviously, equipment are going to amplify your unit. With this plat, this new plat, you are seeing that his slow start, because I do agree he can have a slow start, is kind of null because this plat is giving that 35%, right? Super Vegito has 70% on entry, then he's getting 35% from this plat right here. That's 105%. That's a literal whole unique of Super Vegito because he's getting 40%, yeah, he's getting 35%. He's getting a whole unique of damage from this plat. It's something that actually matters on top of people just expecting Jesus. I don't know where this thought came from where people were like, oh my god, Super Vegito is going to be the best. I am so excited. Blah, blah, blah. I get it. You know, Legends Festival, they gassed him up. They were like, oh my god, this happened. And then we got a fucking day maintenance, you know, because people were so hype about him. And then people actually got to use him, and now people are shitting on him. And it's like, you let your own self down, because if you expected this guy to be FSK 2.0, you're just being silly, because why would that even exist? If they did an FSK 2.0, people would be bitching about how broken he is instead of bitching about how shit he is. When in reality, he's really fucking good. He's as good as Merge Zamasu, and people suck Merge Zamasu's cock maliciously. I only hear praise about Merge Zamasu, yet Super Vegito literally is Merge Zamasu with quicker damage, but lower defense. There is literally no difference between the two units, but yet Merge Zamasu gets dick sucked while Super Vegito's getting shit on. Again, this notion that people had the idea of, hey, Super Vegito's meant to be the best because he was the best during his, you know, release. No, it's stupid. That idea is, it's the stupidest thing in the world. So if you guys take away your, and maybe not you guys in particular, but you guys know what I mean. If people take away their pre-idea of what this guy's meant to be, then you kind of realize he's really good. Like, he's still really fucking good. He's not a bad Zenkai. On top of he's free. He's our free LF Zenkai. How in the hell are people saying any complaints about this guy when he's free Zenkai 7 for everyone in the game, on top of 1800 Z powers being given out for him, the most Z power for an LF Zenkai? How in the fuck is there a complaint about Super Vegito? I don't get it. I don't know what these other showcases are doing to you guys to make you guys think he's shit. I showed him off on the fucking Patara team earlier. I showed him off on Fusions. I showed him off on Super Saiyans. I showed him off on every team he is meant to run on without the leader update. And when I run him on the leader update teams, holy shit, he's gonna fucking nuke. Legitimately, he's gonna nuke harder and harder and harder and harder. And it's not because this or that, because my 14 star or whatever. No, it's just because he's actually a good unit, and I don't know the slander behind this man. I just don't get it. Everyone just had this pre-notion, and it's silly, honestly. It's silly. Let me know you guys think of Super Vegito, man, because I know some people are agreeing with me where, like, he's good, like, he's great, but some people just, I don't... They'll forever say he's shit because he's not FSK 2.0 from release. He's not Super Saiyan 3 Goku 2.0 from release. He's not Namek Goku 2.0 from release. And he's not even up to LF Piccolo. But if I just look at the last Zenkais here, the most recent Zenkais, okay, I said Zamasu and Super Vegito are comparable, right? Okay, let me look at other Zenkais. Let's see if they're even comparable. GT Vegeta, are you comparable to Super Vegito? No. Purple Janemba, are you comparable to Super Vegito? No. Blue Gohan, are you comparable to Super Vegito? No. Red Cell, no. Purple Turles, no. Red Cooler, no. GT Goku, no. Scouter Vegeta, Android 16, Broly, Cooler. Anybody here comparable to Super Vegito? No. Transforming Gogeta, a very hype character. Is he comparable to Super Vegito? No! None of these other Zenkais are comparable to Super Vegito that aren't LFs. But yet, when you hold him on the pedestal of only compared to LF Zenkais, he's still on the levels of LF Frieza and himself. They are very equal to comparison. And again, you're comparing Zamasu, who is the best Zenkai in months. They're literally sucking each other off with how good they are to each other. Then you look at, like, fucking Kaba. You look at GT Vegeta. You look at Caulifla. You look at literally any other Zenkai on this list that's not fucking old. And you see, how the fuck is Super Vegito the one getting slandered? How the hell did we go from being okay with GT Vegeta and Kaba being shit to Super Vegito getting slandered when he's equal to one of the best Zenkais in the last 5 months? I will not understand this. Again, let me know you guys think of Super Vegito Zenkai. I personally have showed him off well. I think I can show him off a little bit better, just team-wise, but, you know, equip-wise, setup-wise, for now, on his normal teams, he is doing phenomenal. I don't think there is any negatives to be said about him. Maybe, if I were to point out one flaw is, yes, he does have a slower build, but I do think that Plat Equip does fix it if you give him full offenses, which I do recommend because he is a fucking melee type, right? Like, you want to give him full offenses, obviously. He kind of just fixes that by himself. You give him the pure equip, you give him the platinum, you give him the new gold, blah, blah, blah. You're done. And it's not even that hard to farm these equips. Like, they're both right there to farm. You're going to do the Super Vegito event anyways to get his E-Power, farm up the gold. You're going to do the new equip for the, or new stage for the Plat Equip anyways, because Green Buhan might Zenkai, Purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku could use that equip, Fat Boo could use that equip. It's not like you're only farming it for Super Vegito, right? You have reasons to farm these equips, and these equips are carrying Super Vegito's early game slowness, and that's going to help. And if you have that, you won't think he's bad. That's the simplest way to put it. I just wish he was getting respected a little bit more. Maybe in like a week or two, people will start respecting Super Vegito, but for now, people are just going to say, he's mid, he's shit, because he's not top 5, so he's mid. He's not top 10, so he's mid. And it's silly, but hey! When you have this idea of this is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, you let yourself down. So, to those who expected Z+++++++++++++ and Jesus Christ to be reincarnated by Super Vegito Zenkai, I am so sorry that it did not happen. But you are not thinking straight if you expected that to actually happen in 2021 when this bastard already did that. We don't need another to do that same situation. We don't need another to do this same situation. We do not need that to happen again. So I'm glad Super Vegito is where he is. I think mid-S to high S plus, to low S plus rather, is a good spot for him. I don't think anything higher than that makes sense. Sure, if you have him maybe, you know, peak 14 stars comparing everybody 14 stars, maybe he could be Z, like bottom of Z. But besides that, I'm happy with the Zenkai. I hope you guys are happy with the Zenkai. I hope you guys didn't overestimate what was going to happen. If you did, woo! Come back down to earth, because that's where we all are. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think of him. I'm happy about him. So, you know what? I'll take it. Running these setups, I got no complaints. Even this silly team, Batara team, we won every match but one. And this is not like an optimal team. But yet, Super Vegito carried the weight 90% of the matches because He's actually good. Oh man, let me know what you guys think of Super Vegito Zenkai. How are you guys liking him? And if you guys don't have him done, how is he at Zenkai 5, 4, 6, whatever he's at right now for the free-to-play players? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.